they're not able to decouple that quickly because they do need each other. And when I mean, what is the best interest for both those countries? They need each other. So I don't think that they will do that. However, when you think about the long term, a U.S. company, a Chinese company, if you think about what they will do in their best interest, if you look at what U.S. companies are doing in China that we've seen in reports that maybe there is less investments. However, if it is in their best interest, Anand, that U.S. companies were typically then, if it hits all their stakeholders and profitability being a big deal, I don't see them moving away from a situation that if it is that applicable to be in China. However, we're seeing the competition continue, and that includes with China partnering with the U.S., maybe within Europe. So I feel like we're seeing a little more competitiveness going, and it's a fight for the companies itself to see what is the best, to take the politics aside for a second now, the U.S. and China out of this decoupling conversation. Question becomes who gives the best profitability to stakeholders for many of these companies, and that is the conversation. And as of right now, it doesn't make sense for both countries to decouple immediately. Over the long term, yeah, if it's I still think that they will be in partnership together of some sort, but maybe not to the degree they are. But I think it'll be in a relationship where it will be a win-win. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in a conversation.
In the West, in particular, there is the concern about emerging potential economic recession. Despite that, inflation has been sort of held under control here in the United States, and a potential or a looming economic or financial decoupling with China, or more broadly speaking, the global South, would, on the one hand, exacerbating the pressure of the Western central banks dealing with inflation, and then on the other hand, it would also cause a lot of pressure on the consumers. So, I would also want to take a step back by saying that actually it is not going to be easy for economic decouple from China, because on the one hand, China is the largest trading economy in the world, and then on the other hand, despite all these decoupling discussions, actually, even on the U.S.-China trade side, bilateral trade numbers actually broke a record high last year. So from that perspective, we would have to separate the talks of politics versus the reality.